The job of the referee in boxing is an awesome responsibility. You are literally entrusted with two men or women's lives, and his decision-making can at times be the difference between life and death. Our next inductee has had to make those tough calls, all the while exhibiting fairness, integrity, and dedication to his work. He was born in Century, Florida on February 25, 1957. He discovered his love for boxing when he was 13 years old. He spent the next 10 years enjoying a very successful amateur career. In his very first tournament, he won the Northwest Florida Boxing Championship. 2 years later, he won the National Junior Olympic Championship, and the gold medal was placed around his neck by none other than Florida Boxing Hall of Famer Muhammad Ali. His amateur career continued as he proudly served his country in the United States Army. He became an all-Army champion at 125 pounds. He would also represent the Army at the 1976 U.S. Olympic trials. After the Army, he followed his dream of becoming a plumber. He was going to 3 different schools at one time and completed his master's that normally takes 8 years in just 4. Even though he reached his business goal, he'll tell you that anyone who spends any time in boxing, it never leaves your blood. He approached Florida Boxing Hall of Famer Don Hazelton about becoming a professional referee. With his vast experience as an amateur boxer, he was a natural. He began his new career in Pensacola and was off and running. He worked his way through the ranks, and his reputation quickly grew for doing a quality job, treating boxers fairly, always giving them a chance to compete, but always ready to step in to halt a bout if someone's health was in jeopardy. He was frequently seen on television as third man in the ring on several high-profile bouts. His biggest assignment came in 2005, right here in Tampa, when he was chosen to ref the rubber match between Florida light heavyweight greats Roy Jones Jr. and Antonio Tarver. He told then Florida Boxing Executive Director Jason Penley that a more veteran referee should be given that assignment, to which Penley replied, "No, you're the man for this job." And of course, he did his usual stellar job. His talents enabled him to work 45 title fights, 4 as a judge, 41 as a referee. He was sought after all over the world, working on 5 continents. If you ask him about his career, he'll tell you he was just a country boy who got lucky. I tell you, nothing could be further from the truth. Anyone who's worked alongside him in boxing would quickly learn about his respect, his work ethic, and his sense of fairness, all traits that he learned from his beloved amateur coach, Bill Cutts. He's also taken out a page of his coach's book to become a trainer himself these days, guiding his grandson, Cade, in his amateur career, after having to do some convincing to his grandson's mom and his own wife. But he's already off to a great start, winning the Title World Tournament. He's been a success at every project he's undertaken. Those who have benefited most are the many boxers who shared the ring with him in a stellar pro career. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming to the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame class of 2016, boxing referee Tommy Kimmons.
I'd like to thank the Florida Boxing Hall of Fame for this honor, for acknowledging me and my love of the sport. I'd like to thank my friends that took time out of their busy schedule to come down and share this honor with me. Thank y'all. I want to thank the IBO for sending me all over the world. I was always so proud to wear that green bow tie. And their motto was honesty and integrity, which I try to live by every day. I want to thank the Florida Boxing Commission for allowing me to referee the big fights here in Florida. It's a small community, it's a small family of officials, and it's more like a family, and I want to thank them for showing the confidence in me to allow me to do this job. My good friend Frank Santor, we've been friends for 28 years. He's tutored me in the sport, and he would critique my performance, and he's been a friend, and I'm so pleased that Frank is my friend. And the late, great Don Hazelton, if y'all know him, y'all know what a great man he was. He was my mentor, my friend, my father figure, someone that I looked up to, and he worked with me every day to do a perfect job. We worked on the minute things in boxing, not all the ways the big things, but the minute things. And he told me all the minute things, if you get them together, the whole picture will turn out good. And it was my pleasure not only to know Don, but to work with him. And I want to tell you about a mailman. His name was Bill Cutts. He took over a rural mail route in the community I lived in. And he started the Century Boxing Club. It's something that changed my life forever. He didn't only teach me the art of the sweet science, he taught me about being a man. He taught me about hard work, dedication, honesty and integrity, sportsmanship. He taught me all the things to groom me into being a good young man. And he passed away last year, and almost the last decade of his life, he lived with me, and we took care of him on a daily basis. And today, I still don't feel like I repaid him for the time he invested in me to teach me to be a proper young man. And I want to thank my family, my wife Jan, my daughters Julie, Mandy, and Angie, my grandkids, Sierra, Cade, Carson, Macy, Marley, and Stone. For all these years, I've been married to my wife for 41 years next month. Because of boxing or boxing assignments, I've missed anniversaries, vacations, holidays, birthdays, graduations, recitals, cheerleading events, baseball games, football games, basketball games. I missed 2 of my grandson's amateur boxing matches, and I'm his trainer. I'm his trainer because of boxing assignments. Y'all please give my family a big hand of applause, please. And in closing, I want to say this. You hear this all the time. If you can make a difference in one kid's life, just one, you are successful. I'm telling every one of you, I am that one kid. Thank you.